What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Magic and Andrew MMA show. We've got episode 80, pay-per-view, Aljamain Sterling taking on Sean O'Malley. But before that, as always, we are going to start from the bottom of the card. Once I pull up Tapology order this time, we're going to go with Marina Moroz versus Karine Silva. Magic, this has been a highly debated fight on the internet over the course of the last week or so. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Moroz is the hipster bet of the week, I feel. It's been some weeks without a hipster bet, but this screams hipster bet to me. Like, why are people betting Moroz? What is so great about her? I mean, she has a nice ass, but that's about it. She lost pretty convincingly to Jennifer Maya, in my opinion. She's not special on the feet. She's at a grappling disadvantage here. I mean, are people banking on her getting on top and, I don't know, stalling to win two rounds and not get finished? I don't know. I have to favor Karine Silva. As I said on Twitter, I haven't bet anything yet, so I will go over the card. I've been taking my notes and all that. I have my notes here, over somewhere. I lost them.
I think it's a close fight. I had a hard time reading whether or not Silva improved over her last few fights, or if she just kind of got a couple quick finishes. Like, she had a knee bar in 1:45 and a punch to a choke in like 4 minutes against Poliana Botelho. But I thought the Contender Series fight was a bad look for her against Yuhi Yan. Then Moroz, on the other hand, she's like decent everywhere. I don't think she has too much pop on her punches. These two actually fought back in 2014. Rose submitted her off of her back. Obviously, pretty irrelevant here considering that fight was like 9 years ago. I think expect a totally different fight here. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be competitive. If you put a gun to my head, I would bet Moroz, but I'm going to pass this card. I'm going to pass this fight. Next, what?
I mean, you won't if you pass this card, you are not losing either. That would be a not losing event.
There you go. No, this next fight, I am not passing. I like Andrea Lee over Natalia Silva. Like, I get it. Silva's a pretty hyped up prospect. She's a good striker. But if you look at who she's fought in her last few fights, like, it's the bottom of the barrel. She fought Victoria Leonardo, Teresa Bleda. Her only win that I would say is like a legit win is Jasmine Sudafishis, and she was the underdog in that fight. Andrea Lee, she's been around. She's fought everyone. She's decent everywhere. Pretty good volume, striking. Got some takedowns on Macy Barber in her last fight. And I just think the line's wide. I expect this fight to be competitive. I expect it to go the full 3 rounds. Striking-wise, I think it's close. I think if anyone's going to get on top, it's Lee. My worry is I feel like Silva has a bit more pop on her shots, but at this price, I'm more than willing to take the shot. What are your thoughts on this one?
What fight is this? Sorry, I was reading the chat, bro. I cannot I have to change screens to read the chat. The chat is amazing today. This is becoming the most based podcast by far. The comments are so good.
Andrea Lee versus Silva. I like Lee in the spot. Curious if you feel the same.
You like Lee? I mean, I told you I like Lee. You are stealing my pick? This is absolutely shameless.
So you're the only
no, yeah, but I mean,
you're the only person that gets to pick Lee. Real quick, thank you, Troy. Thank you, Andrew.
I mean, it's
thank you, H Giant 04.
I looked at Bet MMA and it's like me, you, and 2 other people in the entire world probably picking Lee. Everybody's parlaying Silva and that. I mean, can we agree if this girl wasn't good looking, she wouldn't be like minus 400 or whatever she is already? She's like she's getting to minus 400. I mean, it's going to get there eventually, I think, unless there is some buyback or something. Like, why is she getting to minus 400? I like her. She's good looking, good fighter, good striker, good grappler, but Andrea Lee has fought the much better competition. It's very difficult to finish. And it's a good grappler and has a solid body lock game. I mean, is she going to finish Lee? I don't think so. I wouldn't be shocked if she does, but I don't think so. So then you have a probably closely competitive women's MMA fight, and Andrea Lee is reliable to put out a lot of pace, volume, and grappling. I think you have to take her. I really don't want to because I don't like Andrea Lee, but I think at plus 300, if I can get plus 300, I think this is going to be a bet. We are giving out bets here and everything. Insane.
Yeah. What do you think about? See, this is the thing I don't like about Tapology. I end up clicking it. GM3 versus Andre Petrosky. I'm excited as hell for this fight.
I mean, I cannot believe people have do people don't know how this is going to go? GM3 is going to die 4 times, and then his magical powers are going to go full effect, and he's going to get, I don't know, some sort of front choke that he's going to manipulate into his magical guillotine nobody gets out of. He's the greatest to ever do it. The most unathletic good fighter ever, GM3. He's my idol. I mean, he can die early. I'm a little bit disgusted about the very little difference between his money line and his submission line. You know what I mean? I expected it to be. I mean, I didn't expect it. I was hoping it would be wider, but I don't know. I really want to play GM3 here, honestly. Petrosky is a powerhouse, but I don't understand that. Or am I reading that wrong?
I think you said that.
I have never said that. Like there is no chance I have said that. An oil rig. I have never said oil rig in my fucking life.
This is a great comment. I didn't even need to ask you. I could have talked for both of us.
The greatest to ever do it, bro. Imagine a fighter that has like the exact same skills as GM3, but was a black dude. That guy would be unbeatable. System play, baby.
I don't know what cold streak you're talking about. I was 2-0 on Tuesday night. I'm hot right now. Yes.
Don't let us get hot.
Don't let us get hot. Yeah, I mean, Petrosky is going to be dangerous early, but what happens when this fight gets extended? Like, what happens if he doesn't get the first one?
I mean, he's going to fucking demolish GM3 early. It's going to be awful, but we have been there before. We are ready. We are mentally ready for that scenario. And after those 5 minutes, he gets him to the swamp. Petrosky starts getting sloppy, and elite kickboxer GM3 from the Bruno Silva fight starts appearing. He starts popping the jab out. The pressure starts to mount, and before you know, he's stopping.
Yeah, that's the plan for sure. I mean, GM3 is bigger than Petrosky too. I think that should be noted as well. I mean, like he got a quick.
Petrosky. I mean, Petrosky probably can bench press 3 times what GM3 bench presses, but yeah, he's a bit bigger.
When you're grappling, it's nice having those long arms you could wrap around someone's neck.
How would you know that? You have T-Rex arms.
You see that grip in your nightmares.
The deadliest Gable grip in New Jersey.
That's right. I mean, Petrosky's UFC level competition is like horrid. Michael Gilmore, Hugh Yaozong, he got a 1-minute choke against Nick Maximov, and then Wellington Terman, he took down a bunch. You just can't. I can't get to that price against GM3. Like, I didn't want to bet GM3. I don't want to have to watch him get mauled in 5 minutes.
I mean,
ready for the comeback.
What do you mean you don't want?
Price.
What do you mean you don't want? Like, I've been betting this sport for like 10 years now, and this is the most exciting bet in UFC history every fucking time. GM3, you want to have your money on him. The biggest of highs and the lowest of lows. You know what I mean? The highest of highs and the lowest of lows. If he dies round 1, I mean, could happen. We were ready for that. But the comeback, the thrill of the comeback, bro. You want to be there.
I remember when he was Muradov. He was fighting Muradov. Muradov was like minus 600. And after the first round, I could see it start. I didn't bet him like before the fight. And after the first round, I tweeted, "I've seen enough. Live bet GM3 plus 400." And then he went and submitted him in the neck. Or did he knock him out? I think he submitted him. It was the Silva.
Yeah, it was a rear naked choke.
Yeah. But yeah, GM3, that like the most basic way I can sum this up is he's always plus 200 and he wins like half the time.
Yeah, I mean, he's a system play. He's like Amirkani. If you have bet Amirkani by submission every time, you will be up a million, like I am. And everybody's like, oh, Amirkani never wins a fight. But yeah, but when he wins, it's plus 700 of his submission. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need 1 out of 8.
Yeah, round 3. It's in
¿Qué
his
pasa,
name.
bro? You need to make the screen bigger again because I cannot see shit. I don't know how I'm looking or anything. You know what I mean? I'm with the phone. Yeah, that's much better. Thank you very much, Andrew Zoltan Gombas.
Very zoomed in. On to the tough fights. First matchup, Brad Katona versus Cody Gibson. Katona's younger, Gibson's bigger. They're both primarily grapplers. I feel like Katona's faster, probably more likely to get on top, but I'm not. Another thing too, during the season, I don't know how his knee's doing now, but Cody Gibson was having some knee issues during that tough season. So I favor Katona. I'm just probably not looking to lay minus 170 on him when I do think it could be a pretty competitive fight, and he's a smaller guy. Probably goes to the decision, but again, over 2.5, minus 215. Having a tough time finding a squeeze here. Any opinions from you?
What a fight. I've been waiting for this fight for almost a decade. Brad Katona versus Cody Gibson in the Ultimate Fighter finals. Don't you think like both I mean, the other final is kind of good, but this one is meh. Nobody ever wants to watch Brad Katona fight. Also, the guy freaks me out. I watched him on the Ultimate Fighter. He's the weirdest guy ever. There is like 0 chance this guy is not a serial killer or something. Are there people missing around SBG or something? Homeless people or something? This guy is 100% killing people. I'm that serious. This guy's a psychopath. Brad Katona. He scares me. I have no bet, but I think Cody Gibson plus 140 has to be the side. He is a good wrestler enough that Katona is not going to have like super success grappling him. I watched the Ultimate Fighter and like his grappling wasn't impressive in any of his fights in the sense of, oh, he's cleaning this guy grappling like he was doing to Bryce Mitchell in his previous Ultimate Fighter. Well, I almost shallowed the chewing up. I almost died on camera.
Imagine
so yeah, I have no bet, but I think Gibson is plus 140 has to be the side. But I'm not going to bet it. Cody Gibson striking gives me cancer. It's horrible.
That journeyman from Boston came out and leg kicked them like 3 times. I was like, oh, if he can not get taken down here, and then he immediately like falls down. Did you watch the last episode?
No, I didn't watch the semifinal. I watched the first fight or the second fight. And I watched Cody Gibson. He beat the almighty. I mean, he beat a guy that Raul Rosas beat in Contender Series. That's all you need to know. And then he beat this Italian guy that knocked out Hunter Asher. I mean, the cream rises to the top, baby. Brad Katona versus Cody Gibson.
Bro, speaking of Raul Rosas, we're back. Terrence Mitchell, September 16th.
Bro, if he loses to this guy, I'm going to get banned from Twitter.
Oh my god. It's funny because I actually think Gibson came off as very unlikable on the season.
I think Katona is unlikable, and Gibson actually has some sort of mental problem, so he gets a pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rafa bringing or something. Didn't he said on this? Yeah, I watched this on an episode. He was like, him and his brother were. I'm going to say homeless, but it's not homeless. It's fatherless or whatever it's called in English, and they were adopted by a family and all that. Yeah, tough upbringing. It's not only autism, guy. Give him a pass.
Next, I almost say contenders fight. Next tough fight, we've got Austin Hubbard taking on Kurt Hollabaugh, 155. What do you got?
Nothing. I told you I haven't bet anything. What do you mean? What I got? Yeah, I think. I mean, do you think Austin Hubbard or Hubbard or whatever his name is? No disrespect. It's Hubbard, right? Austin Hubbard. Do you think he's going to dominantly grapple Hollabaugh? who is like a berserker and a proficient grappler, in my opinion. And I'm not saying he's super high level or anything, but he's like a functional grappler in every position. Do you think he's going to grapple fuck? Because I don't think so.
He might mix it in. I don't know if he's going to go out there and get 11 minutes of top time.
Yeah, of course he's going to mix it in, bro, because this guy Kurt Holloway is trying to assassinate you. So yeah, I think Holloway is the side. I mean, let's talk about the real important thing. This fucking white guy, this is racism. Like, Roosevelt Roberts won that decision.
I mean, how could you feel like
It should be him. It should be him here. I expected big things from Roosevelt Roberts in the UFC. He disappointed me, and I was like, okay, Roosevelt, this is your chance to vindicate me. I trusted you. And now he loses a bullshit decision. It should be him in the finals and win the Ultimate Fighter, so I could have my hilarious victory lap on Twitter. Okay, this broke my heart. This is a robbery. He won that decision.
It's a good thing that there were no betting odds for those tough fights, because you for sure would have bet Roosevelt big.
10 units, Roosevelt Roberts, whatever price.
Yeah. Moving on from the tough fights, we've got Gregory Rodriguez versus Dennis Tiulian. Did I say that right? Dennis Tiulian.
Tiulian. Is this guy actually Russian? I think he's an impostor.
Where do you think he's from?
I don't know. Probably the United Kingdom. He doesn't know how to wrestle. I don't know, man. He's like, who is his manager? We need to look into this. Like, the poor guy looks like a drunk. He's probably a drunk. I mean, 75% of adult men in Russia are drunks. This guy comes to the UFC and they are like, yeah, okay, you are going to fight Keith Riev, you get killed. Now you are going to fight Yu Young Park, you get killed. I mean, he beat Jamie Pickett.
He got the Pickett fight in between, which is the most important one.
And he won it decisively, as you are expecting, because if you cannot beat Jamie Pickett, it's LFA time. But now Robocop lost the last fight, but
this is my favorite comment ever, I think.
Yeah, I told that before the show. Of course he was going to pick the only black guy. It was always going to be in Chandler's team. Tiulian is going to die. So how do you make money here? Do you really want to play Robocop minus 350, who is notoriously retarded for mixing it up, has no head movement, and just got knocked out horribly? No, what you want to do is to sweat and face Robocop round one finish. You know what? Hear me out. You know where I'm going, no? Do you know where I'm going with this, Andrew?
No, I don't.
Robocop inside is minus 225. Robocop round one is plus 150. But you can get average odds for Robocop rounds 2 and 3, like plus 400, something like that, or plus 300, compared to minus 225. So who doesn't, at plus 300, who doesn't want to bet that Dennis Tiulian has 5 minutes of fighting inside him? I think this is an amazing spot. And you can root for Tiulian for 5 minutes.
I remember I did that when Kevin Holland, who's the big guy, Charlie Ontiveros. Remember when Kevin Holland fought him? I did that exact same thing. I was like, Charlie Ontiveros is going to survive for 5 minutes, and then Kevin Holland going to finish him. And he dislocated his shoulder in 30 seconds. I was like, oh my God.
But Charlie Ontiveros is the worst fighter I have seen in my fucking life. No, not in the UFC, in my life. How did he make it to the UFC?
The worst is when I bet Ontiveros round one at plus 1,000.
Against Steve Garcia or whatever that was. Yeah, I had it too. He cut him out, bro. I couldn't believe that.
He was
out. Yeah, he cut him. But Ontiveros is like, don't you think you could take Ontiveros down and just maul him? Straight out of your sofa? Bro, yeah. He's are you even going to the gym, bro? What's going on with Charlie Ontiveros? Is he grappling at all?
There's no way. That's
these people get it. I'm banking on Robocop to be a little bit scared of punches, play Possum a little bit and maybe wait or play a slow grappling a little bit. I'm concerned because Tilurin is so bad of a grappler that a takedown is probably an instant mount. But yeah, I mean, I think I have to play it. I know Robocop rounds 2 or 3, maybe that doesn't sound very appealing, but if you phrase it this way, Tilurin to last 5 minutes, same price, it sounds amazing.
It kind of does. I'm not gonna lie. Next up, I'm excited to talk about this one. We've got Chris, the All-American Weidman, returning triumphantly from an injury, taking on Brad Tavares, the Hawaiian. I mean, what can you really say here? Weidman, obviously, legend of the sport. One of the first fights I ever remember watching was when he beat Anderson Silva. I was at his fight against Uriah Hall when he suffered the unfortunate injury. I will say when he fought Omari Akhmedov back in 2020, he was looking relatively shot in that fight. And I can't imagine he's looking more like his prime self now, 3 years later, coming off of a major injury. Brad Tavares, not necessarily a spring chicken either, but he's more active. He's been fighting good fighters recently. He's notoriously had good takedown defense. I think if Weidman can't get on top here, Tavares is probably going to knock him out. Andrew, are you not giving your picks? What pick did I not give?
Bro, the chat today might be the best ever. I have to change the screens to read it, but it's so good.
It is very good today. Yeah, so I'm picking Brad Tavares here. Are you going with the All-American one last ride?
I mean, you can make a lot of improvements in 2 years, like getting your leg fixed.
Oh my god!
I don't know. I think. I mean, I hate to be doing this, but I think I have to bet Weidman here. Like, this is a gigantic price, and this is still my boy. I don't know, man. This is a big price. I mean, he's the better grabber. Wait a minute. When does Tavares ever separate in fights? He doesn't finish anyone.
Yeah, but he hasn't been fighting guys like Chris Weidman.
He just got knocked out silly very recently in round 1 by Bruno Silva. How is he this price here? Bro, Weidman is the better boxer here. Like, where is Tavares going to separate? Unless Weidman's chin is completely gone, which there is no proof at all his chin is completely gone. It's historically a quite durable chin. He can box. He's the better grappler. I'm not saying he's going to get like grapple fucking here, but he can get takedowns, I think. And even if he doesn't, he's not going to get taken down. I think Weidman is the side. I hate to be doing this. He's 39. He broke a leg, but
it doesn't seem like
fucking Brad. It's fucking Brad Tavares, bro. It's fucking Brad Tavares. And I mean, Weidman is a moron. I'm not sure he's going to come out and throw the hardest leg kick of his life. First thing he's going to do in the fight. I don't really see where Tavares is going to separate in the striking. Like, he has a low kick. Weidman has one too. Tavares is super overhyped because he's a great anti-wrestler, but that's all he is, really. Don't you think so?
Yeah, he's a decent striker. Good takedown defense. Just kind of a solid guy. Good durability. Like, I don't know. He kind of seems like he beats who he's supposed to beat and loses to who he's supposed to lose to. Like, Omari Akhmedov, he beat. Antonio Carlos Jr., he beat, but he lost to, like, Adesanya.
Where are those people? Andrew?
That's my point.
Omari Akhmedov is retired or whatever. He was fighting bombs at light heavyweight in PFL. And Cara de Zapato, I think it's in jail for raping someone in Big Brother Brazil or whatever he did. He's going to jail. Yeah, straight to jail. Cara de Zapato. He's going to be ultra popular in jail with that face. Yeah, he did something fucked up in some Big Brother Brazil or something. I mean, I don't think he's going to jail. I don't know if he's going to jail, but he did something fucked up. Like, I don't want to say something wrong on camera, but I think he was like forcing a woman or something like that. I don't know.
Messed up.
Weidman is a big advocate for women's rights. Just to push my bet here.
So
That's
are
what I
you.
heard anyway. Yeah, of course, always.
Always. Next up, we've got.
Have you seen?
I lost my place. I
Have
hate
you
this.
seen?
We got
Wait a
Marlon
minute.
Vera versus what?
Have you seen that Jake Paul was saying that he wanted every fighter in the UFC to get paid at least $50K per fight?
Say it again.
Jake Paul said that he wanted every fighter in the UFC to get paid at least $50K per fight.
He did say that.
Just since you were saying I was a bit advocate for women's rights and all that, I will actively campaign against people like Michelle Watterson getting paid $50K per fight. And like, can you imagine paying $50K to, I don't know, the Elise Reed, bro?
No, I can't.
Andrew doesn't know what to say, guys.
Yeah, I mean, for what? Like, I think 25 would be fair. Like, you fight 3 times a year, you make 75 grand a year. Sounds good to me. Probably wouldn't kill the UFC. The fighters would be better because they're focusing on fighting full time.
I have said it like a million times on Twitter, but like the stars are underpaid. Conor McGregor was criminally underpaid. The average journeyman in the UFC is not underpaid. It's just a bum. They are paid much better than boxers. I mean, they have another. People are like, oh, they shouldn't be having another job. I mean, they have another job because they are not really good at fighting. That's what he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Marlon Vera versus Pedro Munoz. Vera minus 200. He's bigger, better head striker. Probably has some finishing upside. Obviously, Munoz's game, great leg kicks, but I think he's going to have a hard time closing the distance. Good guillotine. I lean Vera, but I'm not really looking to play minus 200 on a guy who kind of starts slow, 3 rounds, doesn't separate himself. I feel like probably he wins a 29-28 decision. Not very interested in this one. What about you?
Yeah, this is going to be a pass for me. I was thinking like, if Munoz comes out all out wrestling like he did against Chris Gutierrez, I think he wins this fight because he's durable and he can get him down and keep him down, I think. Or at least score enough to get 2 rounds. And he's durable enough to survive Vera late, I think. But yeah, I think this is going to be a decision where Munoz maybe looks like value, but if he doesn't get the grappling going, he's not going to be the side you want to be on. It's a pass for me.
On to the title fights. Weili Zhang versus Amanda Lemos. What are your thoughts here?
I really haven't made up my mind completely about this one. It's a great fight. It's the best fight on the card. We skipped something. I mean, we didn't talk about Ian Garry, for sure.
Oh yeah, they have that in a different spot. Start with that one. Start with Ian Garry. How could I forget?
Yeah, Ian Garry sucks, and I hope he loses. Those are my thoughts. Like, bro, what? This guy thinks he's the greatest thing to ever happen. I don't get it. I know you are an Ian Garry fan. I don't want to offend you. Andrew is big on Ian Garry. Like, he has his T-shirt and everything.
That's not true.
Yeah. Of course it's true. You showed me your Ian Garry T-shirt. You have a Machado T-shirt, like, and there is a pic of him and his wife in the T-shirt. You showed me that T-shirt, Andrew. Don't lie on camera now.
Well, you missed it. I'm wearing my rainbow T-shirt today for Sean O'Malley. I can't believe you didn't say anything.
But what is that? Like, what is that?
It's a water park, but it's tie-dye. That's like his style, you know?
It's insane. I would never wear that. I mean, I respect your choice. Yeah, I respect your style choices, but I will never wear that. I hope you don't go out with that T-shirt, only at home.
Of course I do.
I mean, let's talk about the important things. Why are you as a man not betting on Neil Muhammadni here? He's going to put his papaka on, look for the clinch, and then it's game on. I'm a little bit terrified of the first time Magny gets hit. You know what I mean? He reacts horribly to punches lately, but I mean, what has Ian Garry shown to be priced like this against a true veteran of the game of innumerable wars, Neil Muhamagni, who is going to go out and grapple his like the life out of him, grapple his ass. He's going to give everything he has to hack Garry and make it as boring as possible, tire him, and win a 29-28 split decision. It's going to be glorious. One of the highest moments in MMA history for me, if that happens. Neil Muhamagni, man of the people, the leader of the free world.
I don't even know what to say to that. Gary's gonna make this look easy. Better striker, more in his prime, good grappler. What's Magny gonna do? Push him up against the cage for a little bit? Come on, let's.
Magny is going to do what he has been doing for like 200 years. Grab you with his Inspector Gadget arms and suffocate you or whatever. I don't even know what he does. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's some sort of horrendous grappling that should be forbidden. But it works, man. And Ian Garry is not like a super physical guy. I mean, he's a white guy from England. Let's put things in perspective. He's a white noodle from England. This is like the prime victim of the Muhammadyan style. Tall guy, but not very tall, not taller than Magny. So Magny can work his body lock. Yeah, that guy gets it. There's a method to the madness of Muhammadyan. I think I think the miracle can take form here, Andrew. You know what I mean? Like 2 minutes, 3 minutes go, Magny starts grabbing him, and you can sense it in the air. Oh, it's going to happen. Muhammadyan is coming into fruition. He doesn't get hit. I mean, if I miss the Ian Garry fade at plus 390 right now, I would suicide.
I don't think you're missing it here. Just saying. But I got nothing on the fight. I think Garry, big favorite, pretty justified. Magny seems done. Decision wouldn't surprise me. KO wouldn't surprise me.
So you are going to pick the minus 400 favorite or minus 500 favorite and say, oh yeah, he may win a decision or a knockout or maybe a submission.
I mean,
that's your breakdown.
What do you want me to say? Like, he's better everywhere. He's younger. He's on a better trajectory. Magny seems like his abilities fading a little bit. His pop is fading.
Okay. I really want Magny to win this, bro. I really want Magny to win this. How many big wins Ian Garry does have? 0.
How many big wins does he have?
0. Good wins. Daniel Rodriguez, undefeated in the streets. He got hit once and quit.
I mean, Magny.
Yeah, how many good wins Neil Muhamagni has?
Let me look.
A lot.
I'll tell you what's a good win. So Neil Magny.
Johnny Hendricks. Fat Johnny Hendricks.
His last win is a split over Phil Rowe, who's terrible. The one before that, he finished D-Rod when he was losing. Split versus Max Griffin.
So Magny has finished Ian Garry's best win before Garry finished him, right? Am I hearing it right, Andrew?
Look, if that's what you want to do, I'm not going to try to talk you out of it.
Okay. How old is Magny's wife?
I have no idea.
Advantage Magny. She's for sure younger than Ian Garry's wife. 2-0. Who is the better grappler?
Garry.
I mean, it's Magny. I mean, seriously, I'm not joking now. It's Magny.
If they grapple,
you think Garry's a better grappler than him?
Yeah.
Well, this guy doesn't know grappling.
Gugave loves Neil Magny.
Bro, if Gugave doesn't bet Magny here, it's over. We are not friends anymore.
He definitely.
I want to see that ticket. Gugave, if you are seeing this, our friendship is on the line. We have to bet Muhamagni here. I mean, seems like an obvious bet. I can see Garry killing him, honestly, like all jokes aside, but like he's not that good and he's not that superstar he thinks he is. He's going to get fucking demolished very soon, killed, knocked out, whatever. he may get into the Mukamagni swamp here and not even get to that knockout. We will see. I think at plus 390 you have to play Magni. If he dies, he dies.
Mario Batista versus Damon Blackshear. I'll start this one off. I bet Blackshear big last week, but Mario Batista much better than Jose Johnson. Batista, good pace, well-rounded, good grappler, good striker. His last couple wins are over bum. I trust his cardio more than Blackshear. Blackshear also obviously fought last week, so he's going to have to make weight twice in a row. I'm picking Batista, but not a passionate take. Don't mind the under at plus money. I feel like Blackshear's gas tank still a little bit suspect, and Batista does push a pace. So picks Batista, no bet for me. I know you love Batista, right?
Yeah, he's my boy. Cartel Mario. I mean, he doesn't have a nickname. I have done this before. The Magic Mafia has done this before. Can we make this happen, please? Cartel Mario is a great nickname. I don't know if maybe they wouldn't use it because it's like offensive or whatever, it's 2023, everybody gets offended, but Cartel Mario is like a super nickname. Don't you like it?
Yeah, I do like it.
I mean, he looks like a Sicario. I think it's very good. I think he's going to win. I don't think Blackshear is going to grapple fuck him early or submit him early. And like Bautista has a lot of elite traits. A lot of elite traits. Great pace. I mean, he's durable as fuck. I don't know how he died against Trevin Jones like that, but he's a durable guy. Powerful, goes to the body, elite pace, very good grappler. I mean, he's a complete fighter, and he goes for it. I think the moment he gets 5 rounders, people are going to be like, "Oh, this guy is a real problem," because the pace is insanity. So yeah, I like Bautista here. I mean, he has to come through, right? I cannot take another Francis Marshall, bro. I'm still confused about that.
Yeah, I mean that was something.
I mean, somebody knew something, right? Like that line movement didn't make any sense late. I mean, nobody has told me anything yet, but that was insane live movement the last 5 minutes. Dulgarian closed the favorite at DraftKings, and he was like plus 140 10 minutes before.
Yeah, I mean, someone clearly made a big move right before the fight. I don't know who. If I did, I would tell you. But I think we're at the title fights, right?
I don't know. I just have a mobile phone, Andrew. I'm just looking at your face.
I know you started to talk about it earlier, but what are you on for Lemos versus Zhang? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I have not made up my mind. Is like, I understand why Zhang is getting priced like she is. I think she's amazing. But unless she can separate herself grappling, which she probably will, because she can force a clinch and he's super strong. She's brutal from top. She can muscle her way into takedowns here, I think, from the clinch. Like she did Jade Racic. That was super impressive. But if she doesn't, nobody is realistically... Like, Lemos isn't realistically a plus 250 underdog against anyone on the field in this division. It's like evens. Like, she's a murderous puncher, great striker, super fast, straight punches. I mean, she punches like a man and not a bad one. So, yeah. Maybe it's scary. I don't really know what to do. I wouldn't play Zhang moneyline. Her finish line is not bad at minus 125. I cannot blame anyone playing Lemos. I don't know. I'm leaning Zhang by submission. I think Lemos is great, but if you can push the fight and punish her a little bit, her gas tank is suspicious, and I think there is a little bit of quitting her. And there is no quitting Zhang. I mean, her family is probably getting executed if she quits.
Is that the end here?
Yeah, that's how it works, Andrew. High-level athletes in China. Great win, Zhang. We are now releasing your grandmother.
A lot of sub bets here. Yeah, I feel like Zhang
I like that.
Some grappling upside, some cardio upsides. He's younger. I think it's close on the feet. Yeah, I'm picking Zhang. I really don't feel that passionately about it. Like, I think she has to be the favorite. Just like I said, proven 5-round cardio, getting better, grappling upside. But Lemos does hit like a truck. We've seen Zhang get knocked out before. Granted, it was to a big head kick.
That guy said, "How did Rose beat Zhang?" Like the second time, nobody talks about this because it's fucking Rose Namatraumas and Zhang is Chinese, but that was a robbery. I was losing my mind on Twitter that day. I remember it. Nobody was calling it like it was. Like I think Zhang very clearly won that fight. Don't you think so?
No, I thought it could have won either way. I thought Rose won live. I mean, I was at the
The
fight.
5-round fight, like the second one. I'm not talking the knockout, Andrew. Yeah, that could have gone either way.
I was at both those fights actually. That was a sick knockout.
Bro, Zhang beat her so clearly the second time, like not even joking.
Now that we're talking about decisions, I can't wait to talk about this main event. I'm excited now. Let's just get right into it.
We have had this same conversation in the podcast like 4 times now.
I'm ready to do it again. So Sean O'Malley fought Piotr Jan, outlanded him 84-58. Outlanded him to the head 63-24. So yeah, my breakdown of this fight: Sean O'Malley, very, very good distance striker. I've bet him a bunch in the past.
False.
I'm wearing the tie-dye shirt, the rainbow shirt. He's a very good distance striker, but I don't think this fight will be fought at distance. I think Aljamain Sterling is going to close the distance. I think he's going to get on top, and that's where he does his best work. And I think O'Malley probably needs to KO him. I also don't really know what O'Malley's cardio is going to look like when he has to push a grappling pace.
Probably not good because all he does is smoke.
No, why not? I'm already one of the most highly respected names there. But yeah, I mean, O'Malley, I like him. He's a very good striker, but his level of competition can't be ignored. Chris Matinho, Raulian Paiva, Andre Supampath. His only good win is Jan, and that's a great win. Don't get me wrong; it's a very good win. But he has never fought a grappler of this caliber. Maybe he's secretly some great grappler. I can't see it. The way Jan was getting in on his legs, if Aljo does that, he's putting him on his ass. He's getting on top. We just passed 300 views live, which is sick. It just ticked up from 295 to 300. So thank you guys. But yeah, I think Aljamain Sterling gets it done here. Probably inside the distance. I actually could see it happening early. Do you have any thoughts beyond that, or do you think Aljamain, your boy, gets it done?
You have a pretty good breakdown here. I'll give it to you.
Means
rare Gombas win. I mean, we can take away the first part, which was horrible. Everybody knows that was a robbery. Like every fucking body that is not 13 years old. I'm talking now, Andrew. We listen to your bullshit. Now I'm talking.
All right, go ahead.
Everybody that one didn't bet Sean O'Malley, 2 doesn't have autism, and 3 doesn't play for Nite or is over 13. Nobody, only those people believe Sean O'Malley won, bro. It's insane. Like Peter Young won every round. Like seriously, all bias aside, I don't want to get, bro, Andrew. Only retards use statistics to justify cards. I mean, it is known on Twitter. Fights are scored round by round and by what's happening. O'Malley's pity pat punches don't count. Peter Young was throwing bombs at him. He had him out on his feet.
Oh my god, the delusion is real.
Bro, who was the closest one to finishing the fight?
They were pretty even. Like they both.
No, fucking Gombas is such a liar. Confess.
Look at their faces.
Bro, Jan had him out on his feet in round 2. Like O'Malley fell by himself. Jan didn't realize that was the fight. He won every round. Like I really don't know how you get more than 1 round from O'Malley. It was a bad decision. Everybody that didn't bet O'Malley had it for Jan. Khabib Nurmagomedov almost had a stroke watching the scorecards. Have you seen that video?
Who?
He was like, how? Khabib Nurmagomedov was watching the fight with all his intuition.
The Russian was rooting for the Russian against the American. That's shocking. Those are not Russians. I know you are confused about this as an American, but those people are not Russians. Russia just invaded them. Those people are different. They are not Russia. They are just part of the Russian Federation. I get it, but still, you really think Khabib's rooting for the guy who looks like Conor McGregor and has pink hair?
I mean, Khabib's not rooting for anyone, bro. He has this thing called honor and a higher power in his god. He watched the fight and he was like, how? Peter Yan won every round, which is the correct take. There is like one debatable round, and the rest is mental masturbation by people that bet O'Malley. That was a bad decision. But it's okay. We'll get him back.
Cool.
Now that we have refuted all the lies from Andrew Salt and Gombas about that fight, yeah, O'Malley's not fucking defending an entry here. Like, Sterling should be a bigger favorite. He's going to rape him. And I wake up extra early to hate on Aljamain Sterling. I fucking hate the guy. He ruined the sport, he ruined the division, but Styles makes fights. Styles make fights, and this is a horrible style matchup for O'Malley. And I have seen all I need to watch. O'Malley's meme knockout or bust early, because the moment Sterling gets his hands on him, he's going to go down. Peter Yan is not an otherworldly wrestler. He's a very good grappler, but he's not this amazing offensive wrestler. And he was getting low entries, like super low kneecap entries. He was getting the back body lock super easy, dragging him down. And Sterling is a much bigger male. He's much blacker than Peter Yan, you know what I mean? He's going to get on his legs and O'Malley is going to go for a ride. This is going to probably be done inside 2 rounds. Sterling is going to maul him. I hate it here, bro.
There is a no-win situation for you here. Is that correct?
I'm the least biased better on this app. As much as people want to refute this, I'm not biased at all. Sterling is going to rape him.
Oh my god.
Doesn't go the distance is a pretty good look. I don't see how this goes 5 rounds.
We each went.
But yeah, if Sterling is getting the type of, I mean, Young was getting easy takedowns, but Sterling we just saw him get takedowns on a very good Olympic champion, in my opinion. A very, very, very good wrestler. A smaller man, but very, very good wrestler. Like Henry Cejudo would throw Sean O'Malley around like a fucking sack of potatoes. And Sterling was muscling him down to the mat. If Sterling gets a body lock with some time on the clock, a body triangle, not a body lock, a body triangle. He has a very, very dominant body triangle. It's amazing. It's his best trait as a fighter, in my opinion. And he has the means to get there. So, yeah. I mean, I don't really hate them. I would say Sterling. But just because what he did to Peter Yan, you know what I mean? Because he could have continued in that fight. That's why everybody hates him. It's not because, I mean, he's a very good fighter, but he gets every fucking split. I think he lost the split versus Yan. I think he lost the split versus Cejudo. The first time he won was by disqualification. First time ever in UFC history that a champion gets a belt by disqualification. Doing the acting job of his life, you know what I mean? It was so pathetic how he was like, rolling his eyes and everything.
Can I ask you something? Let me ask you something real quick. How dumb do you have to be to knee the guy while he's blatantly on the ground? I will get up. 0 IQ. That was the lowest IQ move I've ever seen in my period.
You all just hate Peter Yan because he's Russian, bro. I mean, do people believe Peter Yan threw an illegal shot on purpose? Like, of course it was on purpose. Of course, the knee was on purpose, of course, to the head, but he thought it was legal. That's all that happened. No, because some moron
you don't know. Like, that's what you do for a living. You don't know that you can't throw him in that spot. Come on.
Some moron in the corner was pointing the wrong instructions to him. You can hear it. He's like, no, I cannot nick him. And someone said something, and he was like, okay, I guess I'll nick his fucking face.
Either way.
But I mean, bro, he soundly out-grappled Sterling in that fight, beat his ass bad. That fight was about to be over. We can agree on that. And then he lost a shitty split. Like, I will get back up. Would you want to become the champion like that? I mean, yeah, great money, all that. Yeah, because you are a loser. I'm made from a different cloth. Like Anthony Lionheart Smith, we get up and we lose the fight.
Magic Lionheart MMA.
For my legacy, I would pass on the belt and get up.
So official prediction: Aljamain Sterling. Is that correct?
Yeah. What a time to be alive. I hate it here.
Oh man, that was fun. This is gonna be. I think this is gonna be like a pretty fun card. We've got some GM3 on there. We've got Chris Weidman. We've got
Yeah, I
Sterling.
mean, right before I was like watching some tape and writing down my bets, the sites I wanted, all the price and all that. And like I ended doing it and I was like, wow, this is going to be electric. This is going to be a ride. I'm so excited for Buhamagni. This needs to happen. The sports needs this to happen.
Yeah,
If Magni wins, I may call you straight up, 6 a.m. I may call to America and just celebrate. We did it, Andrew. Buhamagni.
I'll answer for sure. I mean, I'll root. Nah, I won't root for him because I like Ian Gary, but I'll root for your.
How can you like Ian Gary?
Huh?
Bro, I cannot even listen to him talk anymore. Like he's fucking retarded. How in the fuck do you like Ian Gary, bro? What's wrong with you?
No, I mean he's fine. I don't really like him. Like it's kind of.
He's not fine. He's not fine. Nobody likes him. How? What's wrong with you? I'm serious. This may be the end of the podcast forever, guys. This is serious right now. How do you?
Like it's more like a shtick. Like I don't really like care either way, you know.
I hate him. It's like uncomfortable to listen to him speak. Like he has some sort of mental disability, and they are taking advantage of this guy. They are taking advantage of this guy. I'm the nice guy here, Andrew. I'm not trashing him. I'm trying to help Ian Gary. This needs to stop. This MILF fucking kidnapped this guy, kidnapped his career. He got expelled from his gym when this girl became his manager. This is going to end bad, Andrew. This document right now is probably going to make it into the documentary in Netflix. Like, oh, these people in the podcast knew what was coming. The downfall of Ian Gary. How they took all his money and all that. It all started with the grapple fucking by Neil Muhamagni. It went all downhill from there.
That's hilarious. Oh my god. Very easily. Very easily.
I don't hate anyone. I mean, like, I don't really hate anyone in my actual real life. Hate is a very strong word. It's just fun and games. But yeah, I hate Ian Gary. I hate him.
All right. Well, I'm glad we got to do this podcast. It was looking scary. Next week's card is super early in the morning. It's gonna be like right in the middle of the day for you. Are you excited?
Of course.
I'm not.
I thought this was going to be the last one from the car, but change of plans. Perhaps I spend another week away, so maybe you have to hear my Korean zombie rant from the car.
Yeah, we know how much Europeans hate working. So enjoy your vacation. Take as long as you need. We'll be here.
We will be there no matter what. If people have some questions or whatever. I'm reading the chat now. It's very good today, but I cannot like look at the screen and read it same time. It's pretty good today. This is someone said this is Mugabe level takes.
I gotta find it. Yeah, his Twitter is crazy.
I love people love my Ian Gary rant. Like it's the truth. They are taking advantage of this guy. He needs to call me. I'll be his manager.
I endorse that for sure. I think he'd be a good manager. There you go.
I mean, it cannot be that hard if Walid Ismail was a manager. Like, don't you know Walid Ismail? He's like my favorite MMA character ever.
Guys, we talked about every single fight on this card. Cheers. I don't know. Oh, yeah.
He looked so bad. I didn't bet Valdez. I bet the under. Somebody asked me, do you like a side? And I said, yeah, but I think Valdez is going to win. So sorry to that guy. He looked horrible. He lost like 10 rounds.
Bro, this guy has commented like 5. Like this was like 3 weeks ago, bro. We've talked. I see you keep commenting. I don't know what else to say. Great to have you here, Mark. I was at work, boss. No worries, bro. You're able to just rewind the podcast. It's real easy. I don't know. Singapore. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it's great that it's early. The Emmanuel Macron. Don't you know who Emmanuel Macron is?
No.
Bro, it's the president of France. A complete moron. Like, yeah, he's like the head of the state in France, the president.
Yeah.
Do you know the president? Like Joe Biden?
Yeah.
He's also married to like a woman 25 years older than him that was his teacher or something. Like, he's 100% into guys, let's be honest. There is something very, very awkward going down there. What's going on in France, bro?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I can see that's pretty good. I can see the resemblance in Ian Garry and Emmanuel Macron. Yeah, the same kind of moron.
Mega fight for sure.
The gayest fight ever. Like I tweeted. It's going to be horrible.
That's fine. This is the
it's
question I'm waiting for.
Do you know these fights that people that like boxing and have never watched MMA, suddenly they watch an MMA fight and people start grappling and they are like, oh, grappling is gay or whatever? That's exactly that type of fight. I think Amanda Lemos puts Phil Hoss down with a free right hand, like a free shot for sure. She may kill him. Anthony Joshua looked pretty bad, yeah. Soon. But I will probably won't tell. I will just tell Andrew and some other high-end individuals. Catch me if you can.
I like it.
Like, can you honestly? You know I'm joking on Twitter a lot all the time, but people take things too seriously. If I go to the United States and I say 1 week before I'm going to this card, like 15 people are going to try to fight me at the event, and I have never gone to the fights. I cannot get expelled in the prelims for fighting someone. You know what I mean? I'm not joking about this. Can you imagine I go to watch, I don't know, Topuria versus Volkanovski when it's made and I get booted from the building in the prelims because some idiot from Illinois wanted to fight me?
Yeah. Probably not. I don't live in the area anymore.
It's going to be electric. The new football season.
Exactly.
Bro, you wouldn't believe the amount of people already asking me for bets and shit for the NFL. I'm like an icon. 2 winning seasons. How many couples do you know with 2 winning consecutive NFL seasons, bro?
It's hard to do. It's hard to do for sure.
Do you want to know my hot take? Like, who is going to be better than all the experts expect?
Sure.
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, yeah, you said that last time, I think.
Last season? No way.
No, like last week. You said that like a week or two ago, I think.
They are going to be good. And everybody's expecting the downfall of the Jaguars, but they got God's quarterback. And Calvin Ridley, one of us, an absolute degenerate. They are probably going to win the Super Bowl. Have you seen the fight at the Dallas Cowboys training?
Yeah.
Micah Parsons was throwing down, bro. Moreno stands no chance. Like, have you seen that jab?
Why was he throwing punches to someone with a helmet?
With helmets on. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, you may break your hand, like, super easy.
Yeah, just tackle him or something. I'm like, I don't know.
That guy is going to get like 12 touchdowns at least. Seriously, that guy is very, very good. And now he has a real good quarterback throwing at him, not fucking. What is his name? I hate this guy. Matt? I forgot his name. This old fuck, the quarterback from the Falcons that lost the comeback to the Patriots. Yeah, Matt Ryan. Holy shit, Matt Ryan. He should have been at home in 2017 or something. He's so bad.
I think he went to the Super Bowl that year. Or was it the year before?
What?
He went to the Super Bowl one of those years. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, he lost to the Patriots, like the comeback, the big comeback.
Yeah, it was the 2016 season, the 2017 Super Bowl.
I watched that Super Bowl and I fell asleep when the Falcons were up like a million. And I woke up with 5 minutes left, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, that was crazy. All right, you ready to wrap?
Yeah, I have a lot of things to do. Honestly, I'm
Go
kind of wasting my time right now for the last 10 minutes.
enjoy your vacation. I'll talk to you next week. Thanks for
Okay, take care.
watching, like, view, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, let's make some money Saturday. That was like a